Hey, how's it going, everybody? 1 second here. I'm gonna be doing some technical work. Yeah, we'll do this. Keep the music a little low. How is everyone doing who's already here? Let me transition over so you can say hello. Alright, let me do some Discord alerts. Hope everyone's doing really good on this Friday. I know I am. Boom. Alright, now I have to, like an old man, I have to prep my tweet. I'll just make it short and sweet. How's it going, everybody? Let's see here. Now it's time to do some stream shoutouts. How's it going, Eric? We got Alex, Lucas, the legendary Shadow Syed. How is everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Keyboard clicking is satisfying. Yeah, I've got the mechanical keyboard here. Let me check in with Sebastian here. Make sure it's all good on our end. What I'm gonna do now, boom, we're in the game. As you can see, we're in photo mode. I'm trying to impress him before he shows up here, Sebastian. So for those of you who are not familiar with what today's streams are going to be, we have a very special guest today who is arguably one of the best artistic Assassin's Creed fans that is out there. He takes in-game photography, but more importantly, he is also a physical artist. He has drawn the AC Sisterhood logo, as well as this beauty over here. Let me get it for you guys. Here, I'll put it back to main webcam. This right here from the Assassin's Creed Symphony. He is a wonderful artist, and he takes amazing photos of Valhalla as of recently, so you should go check out his Twitter and Instagram if you want to see more of those for sure. But today he's gonna take this this young old man here, and we're gonna go around and just have some fun doing photo mode stuff. Sebastian, are you there, friend?
I don't know. Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
I looked up at some point and you weren't there. The app was closed. I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm here now.
I was just giving everyone a brief intro into your illustrious artistic career, you know, with Assassin's Creed.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jordan. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Yeah. So, first off, I just wanted to go. I know that you are a huge fan of Assassin's Creed Unity, right? Like that's
Sorta. Yeah.
the main one. But as of recently, with Valhalla being kind of launched and that kind of stuff, I've noticed that you've really taken a liking to the art direction of this video game. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Big mode.
It's like, you know, I feel like every year, every Assassin's Creed always tries to actually look like a Raphael Lacoste's painting, and it almost never does. Like, the concepts always look so gorgeous, and the games do too, but they almost never actually match what the artworks looks. But this time they do. Like, I don't know if it's just the shadow of the cloud casting on the entire environment, it does make a huge difference. But it does look like actually playing within a like a concept art. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
Very, very icon.
like I've even like the moments like a cursed area too. Like I took a picture of like a tree and like a dead tree in a cursed area, and I was like, it looked like it was like straight out of like concept art, but it was like the video game. like someone had drawn it, but like it was real. It was pretty impressive. All right.
I was just I'm gonna have you do the same thing. I was just saying in a tweet the other day how you can almost always randomly trigger photo mode, and I guarantee you there's at least a half dozen possibilities, photographic possibilities. Just gotta look around.
I know, like I find myself stopping all the time. Here, let me just move over here. I was trying to impress you with a photo. Like
I am impressed. When I opened it and I saw this, I was like, "Wow, is this official?"
Yeah, is this an official photography moment? No, this is me trying to show off the Thor stuff. I don't know if you've had a chance to how far you've gotten in the game, but like
I haven't seen this yet. Show it to me.
It's a very mythical looking set. It doesn't really match like true Eivor, but at the same time, I don't know. It's kind of a cool looking. Like, you got you got the hammer. You know, in Norway, you know, you got to have like the glowing hammer. You know, that kind of stuff, right?
It glows.
It does glow.
Is this like a random? Is this like a random weapon that just looks good, or is this like a piece of Eden?
It's a piece of Eden. Well, I don't know. No, it's not a piece of Eden. It's not a piece of Eden. We don't know what it is. I'm gonna do my best to not be spoilery.
Spoiler. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm at.
Okay.
I'm going very, very slow with this because.
Yeah, just be conscious of people's spoileriness.
Yeah, first off, I've lost 10 hours progress just 3 days ago, and just last night I got back to the point in which I was 3 days ago.
Oh my god!
And now I'm at. I just got to a place that it's some place called Syrupshire or something like that.
Syrupshire. I don't think syrup.
That's how I call it.
Syrupshire. Here, we'll go to England. And maybe you can also direct me, because you wanted to show me where to get the sisterhood tattoo also, right?
Yeah, maybe you didn't get it.
Syrupshire. I don't think so. No, I was looking for it. I did some Googling, and
okay, that's kind of. But did you get all the codex pages?
Not yet. No, I've gotten almost. I'm like 96% like completion on the game. That's like the next thing I needed to do.
I'm about 34 or something. I take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't feel upset. I was just running away from a spoiler. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I didn't want to show anyone anything about my.
If you want, you can just tell me to look away from. Like right now, I'm looking at the phone.
No, you're okay. I'm looking out for the. So Syrupshire is where you're at. Syrupshire. Syrupshire.
I'll tell you. Oh, I feel like I'm extremely lucky that I didn't run into any spoilers so far.
That's pretty impressive, because people, even some of the YouTube folks, are like posting videos like main character does this crazy thing, like is their headline, and you're like, holy cow.
I've been avoiding YouTube for this reason, because sometimes you just open YouTube and there's like the preview of a video just with the spoiler itself. This is actually the first time I opened YouTube in a while.
Well,
just for you.
Oh wow, I feel so special. Thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe. Just kidding, you don't have to do that. So I think, is this it? Syrupshire. Syrupshire. It is Syrupshire.
Yeah.
Do you find?
But we're not going there.
Okay, we're not going to Syrupshire.
No, we're going. Zoom out a little bit.
I've got almost every fast travel point, so this should be pretty easy.
Southwest of the map.
Is it in Winchester, the city?
Yes, it's in Winchester.
Winchester City. Is it the bureau in there, right?
Yes. If you look at the map in the western, oh, this might be a good point to tell people not to look if they don't want to get the spoiler.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's just a tattoo. Go get it if you haven't.
Yeah. We're not gonna really talk story spoilers, but you will see like the town of Winchester and stuff. So I don't know. It'll be fine, everybody. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so if you look around,
Okay.
there should be the entrance, the icon of the entrance to an underground passage.
Yes. I'm gonna go straight to the entrance.
It's right there.
Did I just pass, or like me clicking it, right?
Yeah, you just got the right one. I mean, there's
Okay.
only one, as far as I remember.
Yeah, you jump down this well, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's kind of a neat area. Yeah,
It
it's
is a
down
neat
there.
area.
It's gonna be fun to see you try to get into it. It took me a bit to figure it out.
I think. Did I already get it then? Because I think I've gone through this one. I think. Oh, is it this one where you like can drown because you don't know where to go?
There's a couple like these, I think.
Oh, I think I've already did this one, so I think I have. Wait, no.
Yeah, you did because the pathway is free, so you could have just gone through the door
Oh,
instead of going on. It's okay. I did the same the second time I revisited because I thought the game would just reset the area.
all right. Oh, I can see what you mean. Like, look at all the beams of light in here, like coming through the windows.
Yeah, and that's the chest. So you got the tattoo.
I did?
You did.
Oh my
It's called
gosh.
Sisterhood. It's very easy.
I thought I had it. All right, let's go to the tattoo shop then. Double check. Or do you want to like take some pictures here?
Let's take a photo here. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can see the lighting. How
Is there
green
like
it is.
a? Do you use the torch as like a light source? That's one of my main questions.
If you look at the table,
Yeah.
you'll see there's a candle.
Yes. Can I light it?
You can light it up with the
Oh
torch.
my gosh. So then if I just throw
Try
the
to hit it.
torch.
Okay, so now you can get rid of the torch. Like you don't need it
Just
because
throw it away.
initially I will use that. I will use the torch and throw it on the ground to have a backlight. But then I realized that when I did that, the candle turned on, so I didn't need an extra.
Oh my gosh. So you use like the oh yeah, because like you can light up like any kind of thing around. Like there is like those light sources around that you can just like light up with the torch.
Now you get on the table because the light from the window hits very good there, and you have the backlight from the candle.
Oh my god. And then you have I see what you mean.
Are you seeing what I did the other day?
Am I what?
Like, are you seeing what I did the other day? How I got that picture?
Yeah, let me
Because you were
pull
like,
up-
how did you get that lighting?
Yes, I remember I was like, how did you do that? Like, and it's also like the background too. It's like part of the lighting and the background too.
It hits. Yeah.
Because then, yeah, you kind of have this beam coming in. I need to, maybe it's because I'm wearing the cloak, because you do a lot of non-cloaky stuff.
Try to remove. Yeah, it's kind of my brand. Try to remove all the clothes.
I will do, remove all the clothes. Got it.
All of them.
I think I just, oh, here we go. Wait, hide. It won't let me hide Thor's cape. That's so weird. I'll just put something else on then.
It won't let you hide it?
Yeah, I keep pressing hide and it unhides it. Am I missing something here?
Oh, it's because you have it on. You have to put the hood off.
Oh. I'm so
because
stupid.
when the hood is on, it's okay. It took me a while to figure it out as well.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, now you should be able to toggle
Oh
it.
wait, we probably want pants.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
It doesn't matter.
they're not that important. Okay. So this already looks like pretty gorgeous.
Yeah.
I would say you can. As soon as she does like, I don't know, a pose that you think you like. Like, I love it when they look back.
Oh yeah, because then you kind of, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like her head is too bent. So you just sit there and wait until you have like a. Okay.
I wait a lot, especially outside, because those beautiful but damn clouds move all the time, so the lighting is always different. Sometimes sometimes I'm looking at an animal. I'm trying to take a picture of the animal, or anything really, like a person, and it's tough because the clouds are covering it, and I have to wait till they go. And sometimes I lose the moment. So you want to go full in with zoom.
Full in with zoom.
Go full in.
All
you
right,
want to get all the details. Like, look at that muscle over there.
Yeah, this game's insane. Like, in reality, especially considering that they, like, the amount of time that they had.
Are you zooming, or are you just moving the camera closer to the subject?
Both. This is a full zoom here. I can't zoom in anymore. And then I moved in physically a little bit more. Is there more zoom? Like, do you have more options than I have?
No.
Okay.
I guess maybe it's because I'm from the phone and.
Is it hard to see?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you also had mentioned that
here's what's.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, please.
No. I was just going to talk about depth of field. That's all.
What about it?
You said you don't use it in the photo mode, right? You do?
Depends on what I want to do, because the photo, the DOF in the game is kind of. I don't like the way it blurs on the borders. It makes like a very weird and.
Yeah, it does kind of have like a harsh transition from the subject to the background.
Yeah, it's not very smooth.
Yeah.
So I only use it to blur things that are in the foreground, because surprisingly enough, that thing has improved. When you take a picture and you want to highlight something in the background, so instead of blurring the background, you blur what's in front of you, and what's in front of it. If you didn't use it too much, you get a very nice result on that. But if I want to blur the background nicely, I will just use J-Force's filter to blur.
So like you.
But we don't need it now. You can go with the games. So here's what this is about. You just triggered photo mode because you saw something you like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you want to show it to somebody else.
Yes.
You want to turn around the subject that you liked to see how you can place it, how you can frame it nicely within the angle that you liked. Like, you like it from here that I'm seeing right now, or did you like it better?
I liked it better this way. I kind of actually like it looking up for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this right here.
Okay. It does look good.
I don't know.
And what do you like?
It makes Eivor especially like seem stronger. Like I went to film school. I remember them talking like there's this feeling when you kind of shoot up towards someone, they like have a little bit more of like a dominance or a strength to them.
Yeah,
you know?
Taller and stronger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I do.
Photo. Okay,
when
go
I
ahead.
when I trigger photo mode. I see what I like, and depending if it's the background or if it's a subject, sometimes a lot of times it's just a background. But even the background has a whole bunch of subjects that you can actually place in a way that it looks like it's centered. So taking a photo is already an act of wanting to show somebody something to somebody. So it's already an act of centering things. So why don't you like take another step and actually do a little bit more of centering within the frame that you got in the background. So what I do is place the thing that I like, the thing that I'm trying to take a picture of, and place it in the less busy area of the background that I call negative space. So every background area, every whatever you have as a background is an area that is less busy than the others. And you want to place your subject in there so that when you look at the picture, your subject is already highlighted in a way, framed in a way.
So kind of like
Now,
this.
right now, it doesn't matter because the entire background is kind of dark, and the only interesting thing here is the beam of light.
Yeah.
So you can play with those two.
So like you'd want to kind of feature the beam of light, so you'd kind of favor Eivor into this kind of dark area where there's not much.
Yeah, I think what you want to do here now is to highlight both of them, both Eivor and the beams of light. So you want to give equal space to these subjects. You want to show as much as you can of each of them.
Interesting. I feel like now her pose is a little different, but it's kind of cool too. Like to have like, I don't know. I feel like it's too much of the back of her head now.
And you also want to get rid of any distraction that you have near the borders. For example, Thor's light over there, the hammer's light, it's kind of distracting. So if you're not featuring it, if that's not part of your subject, it should go out. It shouldn't be like, it shouldn't pop up a tiny bit from the border. Just try to move it in a way that it's not featured because it's distracting.
Okay, I hit it, and we'll wait for like a better, because I kind of like this angle actually.
So I do too. And the other thing is that now you have Eivor on the left and the window on the right, and they are both. Oh, you moved it.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally pressed the dodge button instead of photo mode. All right, so I'm waiting for her to have a better pose. Oh, looking the wrong direction. I guess we could just do this one.
Like you can just wait for her to look like, to make it look like she's looking at the light or at the window.
Oh yeah. I think I kind of got it. Zoom in. I feel like this. So then you kind of do this one here. That's too much blur.
Reload because I think it delayed a bit, so I'm a little bit farther behind.
No problem.
Let's see. So another thing that you want to do is not only center what you want to show within the negative space of the background, you also want to center all of your subject within the photo. So if you have two subjects, like in here, you have the window over there, the beam of light, and you have Eivor. If you don't move anymore, leave it at that.
Okay.
There's something that it's annoying to me.
Okay.
And that is the fact that Eivor, like the right side of Eivor, is not at the same distance from the border that the window is from.
So like she's being clipped over here, but the window has like all this space over here.
Yes, it's like it's off.
Gotcha.
So
there's
I
always
a lot more to
framing than I realized.
There's a lot of framing work.
Is this a little better? I feel like the window's higher than her. Do you want to like level them out or no? So they're like on the same top third? So like her head and the window would be in the similar level or no?
I would have her. Yeah, I will level them a little bit.
So how do I think I go down?
Also,
Do
we
that?
can decide that her shoulder could be her limit. So that the space from the border is from her shoulder to the border, and it has to be the same from the window to its border. Am I making
Okay.
sense?
That
This
does
stuff
make
is
sense.
so much easier
No, no,
shown
no.
than.
I understand that you have like a talent for it, and probably teaching me live like just instantly on a Friday is going to be challenging. So don't worry about it. But I do have a
Because
little
all
bit of
this
back
stuff is stuff that I do, like, I just do it on
instinctually.
by default. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to put into words.
No, it makes sense. So what you're saying is like the space from, would you count like, so like for example, I think I tried to do it well here. So there's about this much space between her shoulder, and then
Yeah.
there's about
Like,
that much space between the window and that edge.
normally I would consider the entire subject, so arm included, part of the subject.
Oh, gotcha.
So the
So
elbow should be
gotcha.
the limit. But the thing is that she takes too much space compared to the beam of light, and you want to
Yeah.
give them equal room.
Okay. So do I need to like open up a little bit more, like this,
You could do that, yeah.
and then kind of
You could
close
set it
the
like
gap?
before. There's a lot more light. Show it. Zoom out a little bit. Okay.
Something around here.
We're getting close. Like, I think... Yeah, I like this. Yep.
And probably less headroom or no?
I would actually give more room to the window on the top. Just
Gotcha.
a tiny bit.
So much focus. So much
Press
detail.
press also down a little bit so that she goes up.
Press down a little bit. Like move the
So that
camera down? Or...
yes.
Alright, move the camera.
Because I do photo mode with the joystick, so for me it's the
I
down.
feel like on the PC it's hard to like that. Did I not do it?
You did it. You did it.
Okay.
But I can already see that you got it. Like, you got what I was trying to say, because now I see you that when you're moving the camera around, I see that you're trying to center both subject within the space
Yeah.
that you have.
That's the thing, is I didn't notice. I also like the school I went to for like film school just like ingrained the whole like thirds thing into your mind, where you're like, you always need to have your subject like on one of the thirds. And so like, which I guess there is some truth to that, but at the same time, like I feel like I haven't like respected background subjects very much, where like that the idea of spacing them really well. So like that's actually a very helpful. Because like if you notice any picture I post, if anyone pays attention, or like my thumbnails or whatever, like it's always just like Avor like just perfectly on the third on the left or whatever, which is kind of the same thing with this picture.
That's very good.
Okay. I feel like the I lose track of like the whole background stuff.
Like,
Let me
I can
take
tell
this
you that
photo.
you know what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
What about it?
What about what?
You were moving on the window. Were you
Oh
saying something?
no, I was saying like I don't respect this as much. I feel like I'm way too hyper focused on the subject, and I forget that you can like use the background And
Try to play with the filters, not the ones on top. Please spare me the filters on the top.
You don't want to use the default filters? I guess
Okay,
we could
you
go
can
over...
use the you can, but don't overdo it because it can
It's
get
too
very
much.
ugly.
Sadly,
I cannot see. So basically, what you want to do with the DOF from the game, as soon as you see that the borders from her edges, let's say, start to get like a little
too blurry.
Too blurry, but at the same time, there's still like a straight line. As soon as you see like a little
separation
cloud, get back and just have like the tiny bit of blur on the background. And
I feel like this is all right, like a little less maybe. I'm kind of looking at the leaves, to be honest with these.
Oh, you could. They're not bad. You could try to enhance it. Go to exposure.
Okay.
Just a tiny bit lower. Make it darker. Just a tiny bit.
There you go.
Go to contrast.
Okay.
Try to play around with it. I want to see how it comes out, both with less contrast and with more contrast.
It's like full contrast. Full contrast is kind of cool, actually. It really, because it feels like it's highlighting that light just on the edge of her body. And the contrast.
I almost never
like
too much. I almost never like too much contrast in editing apps. But this game's contrast is very good, and very often I go full in with the contrast. I guess it was okay the way it was before, but it's not. It doesn't look bad with less contrast actually.
Yeah, it shows the detail of the tattoos more. If like that was like, cause like I noticed you do that, like you do a lot of tattoo featuring. So I guess do you go like less on the contrast when you're trying to feature a tattoo, or?
No, actually, I don't worry about that because when I'm taking the pictures, I'm not highlighting the tattoos. Almost never. It's unless I'm trying to take a picture of the tattoo.
Gotcha. I'm thinking when I took
pictures of Ava in this place, I was facing the other side, so the light was on her back. Right.
That makes sense.
In that instance, I was highlighting the tattoo.
I kind of like it with higher contrast.
It's not bad. Just
I'm not anticipating this photo to come out and be amazing, but like
maybe it's a tiny bit less than that.
A tiny bit less.
Tiny bit.
It's okay. Tiny bit works. it's very descriptive.
Let's see what saturation does, because I like to see the green of the.
So temperature is literally just a range of like blue to red, right? That you're kind of applying.
Yeah.
Color temperature, and then tint is just pointless, or does that? How is that different from?
Tint makes you go from. Okay, basically, tint makes you go from a spectrum between. Let's make it super easy, between green and magenta.
Okay.
And I usually favor magenta. Like, this is perfect for this, because what you can do right now is that, you can do the tint up a little bit to make it green.
Yeah, it kind of gives it that Valhalla color a little bit.
Yeah. Go in the temperature. And give a little less temperature.
Oh, it's like a little cooler now. Blue.
Yes. So now that's a little bit more like Valhalla's color. And then try with the saturation. I feel like, I don't know if it's because YouTube, but I feel like it's a tiny bit too much.
I that is my one downfall is I'm heavy handed on the saturation, which I feel like is a lot of people's problem sometimes.
That looks good.
A little less saturate. Yeah. I wish there was a way that you could toggle the original. Is there a way where you can switch between all the... That would be interesting to see how much you've adjusted it. Who uses
Uh,
noise? Why would you want to add a bunch of pixelization to a photo?
sometimes sometimes you want to use noise to pictures aren't always perfect. Sometimes, especially when you take pictures of the sky,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can see like very ugly edges inside the tint of the sky, and sometimes noise fixes that.
Okay.
I never ever used it unless I'm trying to take like a black and white picture. But even then, because I always think, look, if I want to use noise, I will do it in post editing. I'll
That
try to
makes
take
sense.
the picture as neutral as I possibly can, so that I can edit it later
Mm-hmm.
with filters and stuff. The only
So,
downside of this is
mhm,
that the backlight of the candle is kind
not doing anything.
of,
It's just kind of like the
but
arm, it feels like. And the chin a little bit. You can kind of see. Yeah.
so when I trigger photo mode, almost never take just one picture. I always take like about a dozen, sometimes over 20 pictures of just one instance of photo mode.
Mhm.
And
Can you add more
and
fog
for
in?
Twitter reasons, wait, I have a class. And for Twitter reasons, I always try to get one that is vertical and two that are horizontals, so that I have like, how the previews work on Twitter, right? Like if you have a vertical one, if you post 3 photos, the first one will be vertical, and the second and the third will be
No,
horizontal.
I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, that's why I either post only 3 pictures or 2 pictures. That's why I take a lot of vertical shots, because people are always like, even when taking videos, people are always like, you're a dummy. You have to turn it so it's horizontal. But we all use the phone mostly,
Mm-hmm.
and when you open something on the phone, the first pop-up, the first thing that you see is it filling up the screen vertically. So that's why I take a lot of vertical shots, because I know that people look at them from the phone. So it's a little bit more impressive when you open a vertical shot from the phone than when you open an horizontal one, unless like it's crazy impressive.
That makes a lot of sense.
And also you can use the vertical shots as wallpapers too. So
Yeah. I need to get wallpaper set up. I'm trying to pick like an outfit that I like. I don't know. This was like the Eivor that I went with while playing the game. Kind of looked like this. It just the way she like talked and like moved through the game. It just felt like just this rugged character. Like that's kind of why I keep feeling like this gritty vibe whenever I'm trying to like take a photo. Hmm. You do have like the assassin symbol there. You
yeah.
see a lot of that going on. You can like... I'm curious though. I'm gonna start playing around, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I want
Let's
to see what
here.
you do.
Oh, I'm gonna try something crazy. That's kind of cool, actually. It's kind of like dark. I don't know. What do you think about things like this, where like the lighting is behind them and it's kind of silhouetting the subject? Like, is that cool, or am I just like kind of
Oh, it is.
weird?
No, it is.
Because there's sometimes I
Ab-
get like those light beams behind her head, and I'll take a photo of that. I might have to also at some point in the stream we can just like hop onto Twitter and look at photos too. But like, I need. There was one where it was like in Norway and it was a beam and it looked cool, but also like it just darkens her so much that like I don't know if like that's too bad or not.
Oh, you can get very nice things with that kind of pictures. It's very minimalistic. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't always have to be overly saturated with elements and
Actually, wait.
details at all.
Oh shit. Although I don't like the way the lighting is on her face that much, or at least her face the way it looks right now.
Is it the weird nose thing?
She's just got like this growl face
Yeah.
going on. Actually, that's not too bad. Actually, it's kind of interesting.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I should try that with like the hood on. I think I'm trying to do like a. Here, we'll do this. The best looking like classic. Have you gotten a chance to like look at any of the outfits? I know you do a lot more like less outfit related stuff, but I feel like the Mentor's
The
cloak.
thing is that I would use a lot more outfits if they weren't all so heavy looking and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I take clothes off, because the parkour is already so fucking slow. Sorry for the.
It's okay. You can cuss.
Okay. And the fact that you constantly look so packed with things, it makes, for some reason, it makes it feel like it's even heavier.
Yeah.
And is there an outfit that you know that allow you to use the hood without having the cape? No. Like not even one.
I think I have all of the capes. Let's see here. We've got Huntsman. Let's see here.
That's the Magister one, right?
Yeah, the one I'm wearing is the Mentor's cloak. It's technically, you could argue it's like the final end game assassin outfit. You know, it's like what the developers wanted us to like assassin players to use.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This one's actually kind of cool, the Brigandine, but I think this is from Amazon Prime. I think like that one.
I'll wear it too. Just
yeah, I don't think there's a cloak, but I'm curious though, if you hide the cloak. Oh, you can't. I guess when you flip it up, the cape always comes out.
Yeah. And it's cool. Like when you're walking, it's kind of cool to have that. But then when you run around and you have the cape on, it's kind of weird.
There is a misty thing here. I'm gonna try something.
Maybe we could try to take pictures outside.
That is true. I'm gonna try one last thing here. I'm trying to like put on like a classic assassin photo, you know?
Yeah.
Jumping like into the light. I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it's something. So if I want to balance it with...
Okay, so what are your subjects here? Like, what is it that you want to show me?
The Eivor jumping and the assassin flag and library in the background.
Okay, so you want to... What I would do, like, this is not something people have to do, but this is something that I would do. I would put them in the middle. Both of them.
Okay.
So I would divide the picture in two and put each subject in the middle of each side. Am I making sense?
Yes, that makes sense. So, like, what you see here is a crosshair, and think of that as, like, splitting the image and then, like, evenly place them between that. I'm trying to even them out. I might zoom out just a bit to get her full hands
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there. And the space, the library, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
The table too.
Yeah.
So when you cannot take them out of the shot, you can either try to rotate it, or you can zoom out to actually include them in the shot.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that actually, like, I can tell that. And then there's library on the left, too. It's a little darker.
You know what? Do rotate it a little bit towards the right.
Rotate. All right. I need to look at, how do I alt roll?
With the
There you go.
on the joystick is R1.
This way? Like, rotate kind of like this?
Yes, that way.
Wow. I like the rotation because it kind of, I don't know, is like the angled effect, like kind of, like, I can't articulate this, but the act of jumping or assassinating kind of matches rotating a little bit. I don't know. I know I don't have like a professional lingo to back up what I just said, but
Me neither. you can rotate it a little bit more.
a little bit more. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too much?
Let's see. It's
okay with the delay.
And I will get closer with the camera, and to make the way that
Physically
it
or
works
zoom it?
on the left. No. Moving the camera so that
Okay.
so that the background stays more or less the same, but the subject moves.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. And like kind of place her a little bit over here.
More. I want you to place her between in the middle between the border of the picture on the left and the border of the flag.
Okay.
There.
That is
Now,
way better.
Another thing that you need to do, or I will die, is to make sure that there's the same space between the top, the hand on the top and the border, and the feet from their border.
I see what you're saying.
And you can do that by rotating a little bit more.
Or rotating a little bit more? Or like just moving the camera like this?
If you move the camera, we will lose the table.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll put it back. Oh my gosh. The rotation did it. Or that's too harsh right there.
I don't know, because there's your face and feet.
Oh, do you want me to... Here, how's this? I'm going to switch to another framing or move us. Here, give me a second here.
Look at that beam of light. How it cuts through her.
I'm going to move me over here. A little smaller. We'll move me over here. And then we'll move you over here. Live editing, folks. Welcome to the
social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing. How's that? Is that better? You can see a little better. Ah! Sorry. I really like this. What do you not like about it right now? My spacing? With the flag on the right? He might have actually froze. Let me check it out. He might have froze. He might have froze, folks. We'll get Sebastian back in a second. We'll look at... Hey, Dynamite, how's it going? Just rotate him a little bit more, Joey. Okay, let me try that then. One more rotation. Or no, wait, it's Alt rotate. Yeah, because he said the hand to up here, and then the foot, that spacing. But now I feel like the right spacing is a little off.
Hey there.
Oh, you're back?
I don't know what happened.
It's okay.
Let me get back to YouTube on the phone.
Oh, it's all good. the chat filled in for you. They told me to rotate it just a little bit more.
Who did? How dare they?
Joey.
They took my job.
Oh no, Joey said he froze because I didn't rotate it a little bit more. So I wasn't listening to your instructions very well, and that's why it froze.
It's JordanDoes.
Oh yeah, do you want the link again?
No, I have it. It's
Okay.
very easy to find you on
Okay.
YouTube.
That's good.
I am subscribed.
It's okay.
I think I did last year when we met. Okay. Let me see how it looks. Very excited about this.
I accidentally went to depth of field, so I accidentally depth of fielded too early. But I kind of like it without it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because then
You
you
can
can
do a
see
little
the
less.
detail of like the cobwebs a little, or I guess just enough where like you can still make out the assassin logo, right?
Yeah. Can you take the HUD off? I want to see.
How do I do? Okay, there we go. I'll just hold the middle mouse button.
On the PS4 controller is okay. You got it. It's triangle. Okay, so you want to rotate it a little more.
All right. Like this. Why do you keep saying rotate it more? Is it because you're trying to balance the hand and the feet?
Now you got it. Yes, I am.
Okay. With the top and the bottom of the frame.
Yeah, she's still a little bit too.
I feel like the flag is like not centered. A little bit. But
It isn't, but there is the table that takes away.
that's true.
The table balances things because it makes them look like they are on the same kind of framing spacing from each other and from the middle and from the borders.
I'm realizing I should pay you for this. You're like a professional person.
I'm not a
Like,
professional. I just
This
like
is like
it.
this is like photography training lessons. I should send me an invoice after this.
Okay. Are you happy? Do you like?
I do like this. I'm gonna take a photo. Honestly, I really like it. The main reason I'm being quiet is I'm just curious. I guess like what you thought about it. I'm not trying to get you to just like my photos. It's mainly like if there's anything I'm missing. My instinct's telling me to move it up a little bit. Is that a bad instinct? Like to kind of do this a little bit. And then I think what I'm gonna do once I get it framed well, or what I think is good framing, is go down to... Someone mentioned bloom in the chat. What does bloom do? Like, I've cranked that up before, and I know it affects lighting somehow, right? But, like, I don't notice... Like, in this photo, I'm not seeing a change when I, like, do blooming. We might have lost him one more time. Sebastian! Poor guy's having like internet struggles. It's all good. I'm gonna just mess with this for now while we figure out what to do, and then we'll take it outside once he's ready. I do like the... Okay, so tint. It's too green, but if we pull it back this way, I don't know if I like that either though. Maybe kind of like the last one, maybe a little bit more. You can try it with a torch. I don't want to lose this position though, so if I like undo to open a torch, like the jump is gonna finish. So I think I'm gonna do just a little bit more tint like the previous photo. Jordan, with orbiting, can you get a better angle? I want to be careful with moving the camera because I kind of do like this angle. I'm gonna. Anna says, "Oh yeah, that beam of light shows more. It's cool." So is that the blue thing? All right, maybe we'll pull back the saturation a little. Oh, black and white? I don't know, man. I kind of like the black and white now. Screw it. I'm going black and white.
I'm so sorry about this, man.
No, you're fine. I
don't know what's
understand. We're across the planet, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
The internet. I switched to black and white for this one. I sorry, I just did it. I don't know. Actually, now I'm not quite sure if I like it black and white. I'm too indecisive now. I'm gonna wrap this photo up.
Black and white is another thing that I almost never do in the game because I always think I can do it later.
That's true. I think I'm gonna go back to the color, and then we'll do just a little bit more contrast, and then bump the exposure just a little skosh to get a little bit more detail. We'll head back to the depth of field a little bit, and I'm happy with this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you say we take it outside?
Let me see.
I think so far the biggest, like the coolest thing is like the fact that you're right, like you can use multiple light sources, or the fact that like you can, like technically, if we try this one more time, like if I put the torch, you like you're right, like using the torch, like you have your own light source. I mean, it's kind of shows there. It's not really hitting. You gotta be a little close, I feel like. Or wait, what if I threw the light down there? Oops, it's water down there, so it's putting it out. Alright, so there's like a light there. Ah, damn it. It went out. Stay here, you son of a bitch. Stay there. Don't roll!
I thought you were talking to me because I went away.
I'm half talking to you, half talking to myself right now, trying to get this torch to work. I'm just trying to test. Alright, whatever. We'll just stop there. That is kind of true. Like, the torch does, like... It creates just enough extra lighting that, like, it's... Yeah, it's like having your own light source wherever you want light source to be, anywhere in the map. That's, like, pretty badass. Alright, let's go get the sisterhood tattoo and go outside. My next question, I guess, for you is, what of all the biomes in Valhalla, what's like your favorite to take pictures in?
All the what?
The biomes. So like we have like the rolling green hills, we have snowy Norway, we have snowy Northumbria. There's a lot of like places to take photos with like many different types of plants and stuff.
Well, considering I haven't seen the entire thing yet, I have the entire north area of the map completely unseen, and
Interesting.
and even on the sides.
Can I show
I'm
you
at-
like
Yeah,
some of those areas?
Absolutely.
Promise
My
it won't
I
be
think my
spoilery.
favorite so far is it
I
Leicester?
would like to see what you have in stock.
Leicester? Yeah, I think that's like the one right above
like
it.
the
Yeah, I
color.
have the sisterhood tattoo. Holy cow. Alright. I thought I didn't have it. This is my favorite haircut of Avor's. The bald one too, I don't mind it because it makes, I don't know, there's something about the slightly shaved head that, like, I don't know, again, the grittiness. I like it. In terms of the face tattoos, the subtle face one, No face tattoos. I feel like no face tattoos like kind of shows the detail a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I
this
don't
one on
usually
the
like
side.
tattoos. Like not even in real life. It's not that I don't like them. It's just when I change wallpaper on my phone literally at least 3 times a day. I cannot even think of getting anything permanently on my skin because I will get tired of it 5 minutes later.
That makes a lot of sense. Digital tattoos, man. Do you think in the future you could change? That's cyberpunk stuff right there, man.
That would do that. I would do that.
If you had like, you could like install a sleeve on your arm that you could change whatever tattoo you wanted. That'd be pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna finish decorating Eivor and then move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm good with this.
Anything else I can
Take your
do?
time. Enjoy.
All
I must
right.
be on my way now. Goodbye.
So you said Leicestershire.
Oh, it's Leicester and not Leicester.
It's probably Leicester. Don't. I'm American. It's we really struggle with our pronunciation of things, so don't overread
Okay.
into it too much. We'll go right.
I haven't even
smack in
seen
the middle.
Stonehenge yet.
You haven't seen what?
Stonehenge.
Oh, we could go there. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for it.
See if there's good photos there. Also, one thing, I haven't been giving male Eivor enough respect. I know you've been taking a lot of photos with him.
Yeah. Mostly because he doesn't have a bra, you know. So there's more space for the tattoo, or the sisterhood tattoo. That's why I enjoy it more.
That's funny. Honestly, the voice actor for male Eivor is pretty awesome. Like, it's very soothing voice. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
All right, we'll go to Stonehenge. I haven't even done the mystery there yet. It's just like a pattern puzzle thing. It's not like a spoiler. Like, you have to stand in the right spot.
Oh yeah, I mean I've seen it already, but
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't been there yet personally.
All right. Let's see if we... Oh, there's a bear waiting for me. I want to see Bolnir. The electric hammer that does electricity when you hit stuff.
Okay.
Aren't you excited about that, Sebastian?
I'm not a hammer kind of guy.
You're not a hammer?
We're a sword family.
I heard that you tried to do... you were trying to clear stealthily one of like the forts or something, and you ended up getting caught in the whole fort.
Oh, I always try to clear them stealthily, and I always get caught.
Yeah.
I
I feel
think the
like...
game.
Go ahead.
I think it's a little unfair. Like I know it's realistic that as soon as a guard sees me, I'm spotted. That's it, and I appreciate it. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there isn't even a button that says like if you fuck up in the old AC games, you can reload the memory. You cannot reload the memory here. If you didn't save before the game, you don't get to redo it.
Mm-hmm.
So that throws me off a little bit.
I'm trying to take a picture of Eivor in this flower field. Although the clouds, the damn clouds are dampening the light.
Mm-hmm.
I need the storm to go away. I guess you could like double meditate to like try to clear up the weather. Yeah, the stealth, it's kind of like...
Man, I think watching the stream and being alive is what's killing the...
Is it killing your internet?
Yeah. Stupid internet.
Sorry.
I need to see what...
You can lower... It's okay with just doing the audio, by the way. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we've got lighting over there. Although there's still a lot of clouds in this area. What am I? I'm trying to get something specific here that I'm not getting. Oh, there's a deer. In the meadows. In the meadow. Sorry, I'm doing I'm on a kick of trying to capture wildlife, and it's very rare that I get a doe amongst some flowers. So I'm gonna take advantage of this. Let's see here. I wonder. So you said like blurring the foreground object. So like if I wanted to, for example, I don't know, do
You can get a very nice result. Yes.
I feel like that looks so weird though, with like the flowers in front being blurry. Like this doesn't seem right.
But not too much.
But not too much. Here, I'll go back and try again.
See? It's
Yeah, just a
it's
little
not bad.
soft. It's not bad, you're right. If you just do it a little softer. Although I don't know if that's the photo I want to take of the deer here. Oh dear. It's photo time. Do you ever do wide angle photos? Like, what's up, gamers?
I do sometimes.
That's the ultimate what's up, epic gamers angle, is using the wide angle. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up real quick here. I feel like nobody wants to watch me take a picture
I do.
of of a doe in the. I kind of like this. So if I'm just centering the deer at this point, because I don't really have much, I just like that it's in the meadows.
What I would do here, for example, is that the far background on the top, it's half in there and half it's not, and it kind of bothers me. So what I would do is to make it all flowers. I would raise the camera a little bit and lower it.
I see.
Like I would move it up and then look down a little bit so that it's only the deer and the flowers, but not too much. Just
like this. That's a very good piece of advice. Because I do a lot of the like half background. I don't pay. That's like the biggest thing takeaway from this is like respect your background. You know, gotta give the background some love.
You just want to get rid of everything near the borders that it's half there and half out. It's either you're showing it or you're not showing it. At least that's my. It doesn't have to be like this. It's not, but it is for me.
I feel like the exposure is fine. I feel like it's just too saturated because of the light a little bit. But the flowers are also yellow.
You could lower the exposure, add some contrast, remove a little bit of saturation, and then play with the temperature and the tint. And see what you get.
Okay.
It's way too saturated for me.
Yeah.
Now that's more realistic.
I'm trying to keep the flowers yellow, but the deer not like bright gold. Mm-hmm. I guess you could do that like in Photoshop, right? If you really wanted to.
Yeah, I never do Photoshop with my shots.
Ooh.
A lot of people think I do. The last one the other day, actually just a couple of hours ago, somebody said, "Yeah, you can do that with Photoshop." And I was like, "Nah, baby, sorry."
That's pretty impressive. I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna ask how much like post work you do, not with this, but you do it all right in here.
All the post work I do is on the either Instagram filters, but not the actual filters, just the settings. So like these ones, contrast, saturation, and everything. Or I use the ones in the built-in camera roll of the iPhone. This is very, very good compared to all the other editing tools that I've ever used.
All right.
But it's just enhancements. It's never manipulation.
Do you use the vignetting? I guess it depends on the photo. No?
Depends on the photo. Almost never use it. Unless I have a very, very dark background, I will not use it. Because that feature, that setting is It doesn't have a tint in it. It doesn't have color. It's just black,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of clashes against the colors of the background. So it's just the result is very ugly. It's one of those thing. It's one of those things that you can do in post editing. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it in game photo mode.
I like this one. I'm content with that. All right, see ya. The deer just running away. Sorry, I just saw this flower field and I felt like it needed some service, you know? That is like the beauty of photo mode is you are like just kind of like going to a location and then you're like, this looks really cool. Oh, people don't know there is like a photo mode site. I should probably promote that. Assassin'sCreed.com/photo mode, and it shows you all your photos right there online. I might have to like show you some of mine that I've done or something in the past, because there's one that I want to check out, and it shows everyone's photos. So like your photos show up in there, and like that's how like you get into like whenever you go on the map and people's photos are showing up around here.
Yeah.
You go and like photos in there. I'm looking at it now off to the side of my screen that people have taken some awesome photos. All right, we're gonna go check out Stonehenge. See, like it's so hard to like the beams through the trees, man. Like I want to stop and take a photo of every beam in every tree. Like even just like environment photos like this are like really beautiful. Like this tree is like my subject, but then cutting off that big tree, is that weird?
Which one is your subject? The tiny tree?
This one right here.
Okay. I kind of liked when you move the camera back. I kind of liked that there were branches getting in the way. You can have them in and then blur them. These ones, yes.
They're a little too transparent. It's trying to get them to be clear.
It's a pain, I know.
This one kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. You focus
on the tree.
This fact that this is like a video game now and this is like the experience we get to have with video games is pretty remarkable.
Mm-mm-mm.
We don't have like the polygon stuff anymore.
Get the HUD off.
Although the blur in the top is a little weird. It's like it picked up other branches from like the distant trees or something.
Yeah, you know what I would do here? I would play with the negative space. There's some sky in the background there where the big tree is. Try to place those branches in the middle of that space. And see what you get.
I see what you mean. Okay. Like this? Ooh, this is actually kind of cool. Let's see how this turns out.
Mm-hmm. Try to add fog. Let's see what it does. Because sometimes fog helps you highlight things that are in the foreground.
It takes out the... Yeah, like that little far
the light
there.
Yeah. It's not bad though.
No.
I like it with a bit of fog.
The one pine tree. The lone pine tree. See, there's also names to photo...
Play with the tint and temperature.
Tint and temperature. Okay, too green.
Make it look like it's fall.
Make it look like it's fall. All right. See, now you're giving me like teacher things. Like, I like that. Make it look like it's fall. That's way too bright. Well, maybe reel it in.
You can always you can go full in and then remove the saturation a little bit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. And you kind of tint this way and then reel the saturation back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I don't know if this is fall, but this is like something.
I like this.
I feel like
let's see with the contrast and the and the exposure.
Okay. I need to give myself more time to play like this when it comes to photo mode.
I find it to be
It's therapeutic.
I'm gonna butcher the word. Yeah, therapeutic. That's what I was like. Less exposure, just a tiny bit.
Wow. Yeah, this is like, again, it's coming back to the grit. Is that a good word to describe this? Like gritty? Or like, what's like
I think so.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's very Last of Us Jewish.
Yeah.
And the crazier part is after like you spend 10 minutes in one photo mode session and you've played around with so many settings, it's crazy how when you get out of it, the game gets back to what it looked like before and it's completely different.
Oh yeah. It would be kind of cool if you could like apply those filters to your game a little bit.
That's one of the things that I asked as improvements, that you can make your own setups and you can save your presets of the edit you do, because I do play with I do very specific things with both the temperature and the tint, and I always tend to do the kind of the same thing all the time. My pictures always tend to be a little bit more purple, and it's a pain having to reset this thing over and over again.
You have like a go-to setting that you go to. You just have to like manually do it.
Yeah. Tint is one of my favorite settings ever.
The other thing too is you got to keep in mind is the camera is like anchored to wherever Eivor is. Although there's a trick to that, right? It's anchored to your bird as well, or Sunan, so you can get high up like this. If you wanted to do like a full, although let me get Eivor.
That's right. Actually, let's. I want you to take a Sunan shot.
A Sunan shot. All right.
And I want you to make it extra cool with Stonehenge. Is it a dove?
I did make Sunan white. Yeah, it's an albino raven.
Ooh.
Dang, you can't make Sunan fly downwards? Or can you? I'm trying to make him go underneath one of the loops. I don't think I can get him to do that.
Yeah, you cannot do that. There's a limit to how much.
Let's wait till the light hits it. That cloud needs to go away.
I'm just gonna let you do your thing.
Alright. It looks like we're about to get good lighting. The cloud's moving. Damn this realistic game. And
sometimes the cloud's shadow is so straight, it reminds me of the ones in Brotherhood.
Yeah, it is very like rigid, especially around this area like Winchester, because it's like foggy and cloudy a lot, which is cool atmospheric wise, but I guess when you're like trying to get lighting, there's like
that's not bad. Half dark and half light.
Think so? Although my
I mean,
the wolf is
I'm not
in there
supposed
howling.
to be saying anything.
That is true. Let's see here. I don't like this. Here. Oh, I have an idea. Damn it. It's too big, isn't it? Or wait, actually. Can you go up, Sunan?
That's another thing that doesn't work in photo mode, and I hope it's going to get fixed, is that you cannot look perfectly down or perfectly up. It stops a little bit before you can actually
short
perpendicular. Which, and this thing leaves out any shot that you want to do at things that are circle, because they're never going to be perfectly circled if they are on the bottom.
Yeah. I still might try to make something, although I don't like the imbalance of like the. Let's see here.
I think what you're trying to do is to get Sunin much higher, and then zoom in a lot.
Oh, I just gotta press up to get Sunin higher. Okay, and then we'll go this way. Up, Sunin, and bow. There we go. I don't know. Maybe
You're playing with
too
the
high.
keyboard.
I am using the keyboard. I'm a monster.
Oh man, people.
Yeah.
How do you play games like these with a keyboard?
I'm surprisingly good at it. I'm kind of used to it. I feel like Sudan's too high now, and I don't like the lighting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down.
Yeah. Same.
A little bit. And
what do you think of the game?
what do I think of the game?
You have finished it, right?
I've technically finished the story, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me ask this before you answer.
Okay.
There's some future in AC Valhalla. It's not over. Are you excited for that future? In hindsight, with knowing the story that you finished.
Yes, because this is not spoilery. It just, the way the story ends, it leaves room for like, I want to know more. So I don't know if they're either not in a bad way, not in a bad way, like in a, I don't know. I feel like some
you
people
mean
might
not
think,
like AC3 and Black Flag?
Yes, I mean like they have done enough things where you're like, oh, like you can tell like they're okay. I don't know. This could borderline spoilery. I promise I won't ruin the game. I promise. But if anyone does it, like you might get a feeling about that. Is like it feels like they do a good job of kind of wrapping up what has happened in the past 3 games. And then letting you
past 3 games.
Yeah, like
Syndicate,
Origin, sorry, and Odyssey. My bad. Last 2 games. Well,
so
I guess
these
Syndicate,
specific villain.
Yeah. It does a good job of giving you like conclusions to that, and then like kind of, because there's going to be more Assassin's Creed games, they kind of open the door for this new like future, and it's very interesting. Kind of like this angle. Hopefully that wasn't too spoilery.
No, not at all. I mean, it is to be expected that the ending is kind of open.
Yeah, and I feel like it did a lot of good, like, yeah, like in terms, from the story perspective, I really loved it. And honestly, again, entering more spoiler territory, I will give some of our viewers a chance to click away, because I am going to talk about the Animus and how female and Eivor are connected to that, and what I liked about that. The Animus choice, I think, was the best. because you had this like female Eivor in actually like England, and then when you go to Asgard, you're male Eivor playing as Javi. So like that experience I felt was like really cool, and like that you kind of yeah.
I have problems with this, but I don't have finished the game, so I don't know if it's something that it's going to be addressed or if that's how it is.
What's like
I'm
your
not
problems?
happy. My problem is that I'm not happy with. We were also told that they're both canon, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna be blown away. This is gonna be so brilliant. You're gonna regret." That Darby said a lot of times that we were gonna regret all the discussions that we were having over canon female or male Eivor. But what I'm bothered with is that it's not true. I mean, male Eivor is not a thing. Female Eivor is a thing. Eivor is her, and he is not male Eivor. He is Javi.
Yes. So canon is
So
female
they're
Eivor.
not both canon.
No, they're not.
It's the same as when they used to say that in Odyssey both Alexios and Cassandra were canon, and because they were like, surprise, they both exist in the same story. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course they do, but they're not the same. Not both of them are Mystios. Only one of them is the Mystios. So that's what we meant when we asked which one is canon, and it repeated again. We're not asking if they both exist. We're asking which one is the actual character we're playing with. And that answer is not that they're both canon. That answer is that she is canon.
I think like
He is not
Borderlines.
He's
Yeah, it's not. This is entering spoilery territory again. Big warning. But like, I think what they're saying is like Javi's essence is in Eivor, which is
kind of a
like,
stretch.
yeah, you could say it's a stretch, but it's like essentially like that's why she's able to have visions through his eyes. Is like that's why they're bonded. Like at the beginning of the game where like Odin Javi comes in and saves Eivor from the wolf, and so like I feel like they're trying to essentially say like, yeah, like in real life Eivor is female but has like the Javi essence. It's definitely I think you're right in the sense that you can still feel the energy of them trying to justify being able to switch between male or female characters. Like they really had to like try their best to like make it seem like it's worth it or not, or not worth it. It's like, what am I trying to say here? Is like you can just tell like that.
But they're trying to have players not feel like the male choice is diminished. I get it, but still.
But yeah, I feel like I really liked that photo I just took of the Stonehenge. I just did your task of. Did you like that?
I would. I do. The only thing that I would change, like a tiny bit, is you're out.
I know. I went out. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
trying
okay.
to get it back.
No, it's okay. I mean, you're never gonna get it exactly how it was.
What were you gonna say before I rudely got out of the photo mode before you gave your suggestions?
Oh, is that it's something minor. It's the edges of the wings weren't from the same distance from the border of their inner circles.
That makes it's always spacing with me. We could try like a violent photo.
Yeah, let's go for those. I almost never get them because it's not fighting. I panic a lot.
Actually, I don't know if I should do like the electric.
Why not?
I guess we could see. The thing is, sometimes with these fighting animations, like the weapons. Oh my gosh, clip. Oh, here we go. Now the question is, Dang it, I missed it. I don't know, I don't like this very much. I don't know what I don't like about it. The
How
fact
do you
that he's
fight
maybe
this
like
kind of-
20 feet in the air. Here we go, this is a little better.
Ooh.
You got the open chest and like the electric hammer coming down.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy.
Okay, this is a very good photo, Ope. You don't want to waste it. You waste it.
No, am I wasting it right now? What happens if I...
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to just find an angle that I like. I mean, you can't really see him jumping there. You got the head in the background. Such a violently grotesque game. I guess you could do like a crazy wide angle. Is this weird? Or like you kind of like are featuring the hammer as the subject a little bit?
Yeah, and rotate it. Absolutely rotate it. It's an action shot, so you can and must rotate it.
I'm gonna try a little wide angle-y one. I guess the jump is cool, but I feel like it pushes this guy too low. Plus he's also got this huge flag that he's carrying too.
Hey,
What? Even more? Whoa!
and it'll
Uh-oh.
fix the problem.
No!
What did you do?
I accidentally filtered. It was an accident. I didn't mean
Oh.
to do it. Wait. How do I get back to normal? There. Why isn't...
Because it's bugged. That's why you never use the filters, because sometimes it doesn't let you go back.
Oh no! Alright, well,
Yep.
we'll clear it up. We'll clear it up.
We'll
Okay.
fix it.
Yeah. Rotating. That's where he's... Like this way or this way? Yeah. You're right. Like, why don't I rotate more?
I don't know. You should go ask yourself.
I'm gonna go take a break. I'll give you PC control over my computer. That's what we should probably have tried and see if like you could
Yeah.
take over control.
I thought about that, but I don't know if it's possible, if it would have worked.
We could do this again in the future, and what we could do is try to use like Parsec or something like that.
We absolutely can. This is fun.
Yeah. How's that spacing for rotation?
Okay, here, what I like is we have the hammer and the shield taking space. So you
Yes.
want to place them from the same. You want to place the same space from the borders on each sides, from the shield and the hammer. One thing that I don't like is that top right of the flag, there's a tiny thing getting in. Move the camera around or zoom or make the way that it's not in the shot.
The tiny thing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gosh, there's a lot
You-
to like balance in photos, man.
You know what you know what I would do? I would okay, rotate it the other way a little bit until that thing disappears.
Well, I have
That's perfect.
right here.
It's still a little bit there.
What are you talking? Are you talking about like
No, it's not.
up
Oh.
here? This
Yes.
thing? I know you might be on a little bit of a delay, but like the flag, like the
That's-
tassels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. From a temperature there's this filter accidentally added a. Oh, there's fog. Too much fog is gross.
Move back a little bit. Okay, perfect.
How's that?
Let's
Okay.
play with the contrast.
Contrast. If I go all the way up, the hammer gets darker, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the dark fog in the background behind that, like that tree off to the left. I don't know. I kind of like the tree back there. It's kind of hard to see, I think, for some people.
No, it's there.
All right, what if you go? No green tint. The temperature definitely.
Ooh, I like the contrast.
That's what I like to hear. I've been a big fan of like cranking temperature and dropping saturation. Although I don't know with this one because it's an action shot. I feel like it might be too much. Like we got to pull this back a little bit. And then the depth of field. What happens if you just crank that sucker up? You get all the weirdness around it.
Can you move the camera a little, just a little bit
Which way?
on the right to make the way that Eivor goes a little bit more on the left, but not only moving the camera, not looking another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this. I did a little nudge.
I didn't see it. You're blurring.
Oh, sorry. I can turn the blur off. I was just messing around. Gotta get the angle back. Sorry. I'll turn the blur down so you can get it back. I kind of did this. Although I feel like then the spacing with the hammer and the edge and the shield and the edge is different.
Yeah.
See, I'm remembering. And then his feet too,
Ah,
getting clipped
yes.
off. I think it needs a bit more rotation.
It could use it.
Like
But-
this. How's this?
I like this. This is good.
This is. You don't have to patronize me.
No, I'm not patronizing. It's that it's still moving on my end, so I never know when you found
Yeah.
it.
I think you're like at least 5 to 10 seconds. Like whenever I make a move. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying. I'll do like a pause between certain ones to make sure.
I like the way it is right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that photo. Honestly, I like the color too. Like, I don't feel like I need to mess too much. The one thing that I thought was a little cool was like the fact that the hammer was more focused on, and like Eivor and the bad guy's a little blurry. But then would that require new framing because you're trying to focus more on the hammer, or no? Not really.
I mean, yeah, you could do that,
I'm gonna take this photo.
but you take this photo first, and then
Yeah,
we could take another.
exactly. I kind of like this. Whoa, interesting. Do you see
Ooh,
what
I can't
happens
wait to
when
see.
when I blast the bloom up? It like makes the hammer be like an intense, like beamy guy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not that intense, but a little bit. It kind of does give it. It is pretty mythical, but I don't know. It's kind of cool. Using Mjolnir.
I think I found. think I found the thing that bothers me.
Okay.
You're gonna hate me. It's the space between the foot and the border, and the top part of the guard with its border.
Yes. So like this.
I'm sorry.
Then. No, you're okay. I'm down. Detail, like, I think they.
Oh yeah, bloom it. Yeah, bloom it.
yeah.
Bloom that.
I like when you bloom the fuck out of that photo. Let's see here. Then fogginess. That's also a little interesting. I mean, it's way too much, but like, I'm just trying to like see with like the fog and the bloom. Yeah, that might be too much. I kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
Joey's, ooh, I like the contrast. He said, ever so sultry. Your voice is very sultry, Sebastian.
My voice is what?
Sultry.
What's sultry?
Sultry, that's a hard word to describe or define. Sultry is like on the same par with like savory, or like it's very like smooth and you would say like a nice cream warm coffee or something like that. You would say is like sultry. You know?
So you're saying that my voice is like a cream?
No, I'm not saying your voice is a cream. Like how you would describe like a cream coffee, you know? It's like, oh, it's sultry. It's like Joey said it.
Whoa,
okay, we should ask Joey what he means. Yeah, it is a compliment.
Well,
It means you have
Joy.
a very nice voice. No problem. Sultry is like hot, warm, says Justin Middleton. Apparently you have a hot voice, according to Joey. We'll have to get some clarification on that. Alright, I'm going to take this photo. Do you think this is I could try. I'm going to start moving around more now. Screw it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
explore. Go for it.
By the way, we can keep while we do this. I feel like we should have like a chat or something. Like, I know everyone is like probably seen stuff about like AC Sisterhood, but I have like a question for you. Like, why do you think AC Sisterhood is important?
You want to talk about sisterhood?
Sure, why not? I don't care. Yeah, we could do it briefly, but I'm just mainly curious. Like, I mean, I have an idea, but I also am curious from like your perspective, a little bit, as the person who created the logo. What was that?
And then, why don't you give me your input, and then we'll take it from there.
You give me my input.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, it piggybacked off of the fact that like there were at least when it comes to specifically Ubisoft, the fact that like there was like they actually did it. They just proactively chose like male characters over female, even though certain writers and creators wanted to feature female characters. So like that's a pretty big part of it, is like holding Ubisoft accountable to their
Yes.
you know. But then I feel like for me it's just like a not just Ubisoft, it's like kind of like a cultural thing, in the sense that like I mentioned it to you like in a message, but like in the past playing games, like I just remember like it's a running joke amongst like guys who play Call of Duty or Halo or things, is like there's this culture of like when you hear a woman's voice pop into like the comms, that like you're supposed to immediately like start harassing. You're not supposed to, but that's like the culture that's like instilled, I feel like. And so like I feel like movements like that are very helpful, because games are for all of us. It doesn't matter like what our gender is, and everyone should be able to feel comfortable participating in gaming communities or video games and not feel like they're being like targeted or picked on or anything like that. That's my piece. I don't know if I said it very well.
You're right. You're 100% right. Well, it's funny because it started out as a joke. Creed said it as a joke on Twitter, and then it kind of took off. And it was crazy the way it took off, but as rewarding as this might feel, it always kind of, there's something wrong in taking the credit for the movement. Like when people constantly tag me and quote Creed, and I think it's, at the end of the day, I only designed the logo. And yes, I'm very supportive of the movement, but it's her baby. It's her creation. And I don't necessarily have to share the space with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely flattering, but this movement is really extremely important because of what it represents and what it stands for. And when they ask me about it, I'm always like, why don't you ask Culprit? Don't ask me, ask Culprit. Ask the females, ask the women in the movement.
That's true. It is two guys here talking about women.
Exactly. So that's
yeah.
You know, it's a little odd.
It's a little important too, though, because like I'm not saying like men are important, but like I don't know. They're.
I mean, at the end of the day,
needs to be
body
champion.
It's not about having them towering over us, over dudes.
Yeah.
So I think it's also kind of important that there's two guys talking about this, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like there's a lot of like there's this like fear that you see in these kind of like angsty like gamer guys that are like
they get so angry.
That is like if you start including female characters, they're gonna like get rid of male characters or things like that. And it's like it's not about like making sure that for every one male character you have that there's a equal female character. In my opinion, it's more so like if a creative person or a woman who's trying to work in the gaming industry has all the same opportunities as a male does, and then on top of that, if they write a female character, that an executive isn't going, hey, we don't want a female character, we want you to have a male character because the stats say like everyone wants that, you know? Like it's about supporting these people in their creative endeavors, and like you'll just naturally start to get more. So the resistance sometimes I feel like from some angsty gamer guys is like this, like you will not replace us. And you're like, don't. Maybe we should replace you because you're like
yeah,
like because like grow up a little bit. Like this isn't like a. No one's gonna march into your house and like replace your PS5 with like a AC Sisterhood PS5. Like it's like this is not some insane thing. It's just about talking about like literally inclusiveness. Like we all love video games. Video games are fun, and it's honestly moments like this where we're bonding over like photo mode or things like we want to open those doors like to all kinds of different like creators of multiple genders and stuff. I'm not good at articulating this stuff, so hopefully I don't stumble over my words too much, but it is how I feel.
No, I get it. And the thing here, the reason why these people don't make sense is because specifically in Ubisoft's case, it's not the problem is not that the game has only featured male characters. You can have a series in which the characters are only dudes. It's whatever.
Yeah.
The main problem is, and that's going to sound harsh, but that's exactly what it is the disrespect. is having to compromise at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking, if they're gonna make a next game, like before Valhalla was announced, like if they are gonna make another Assassin's Creed game, I hope they're just gonna go for one choice. I don't care if it's male or if it's female.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want it to be a thing where the female choice has to share the spotlight with a male choice simply because of sales. And this is exactly what we got again. This is Odyssey all over again, especially in the market.
I think what would have helped. Oh, sorry, I just interrupted you.
No, don't worry. When you think about it, female Eivor is Eivor,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and male Eivor is not a thing. Male Eivor literally doesn't exist. It's hobby that exists.
Yeah.
But would you know that according to the marketing alone?
No.
So that's what I mean when I'm talking about disrespect. It's because you have a character, and you are not doing that character any justice when you promote the game the way that you do. So, yeah, we have a tattoo in the game, and that's cool. But I think we're not any close to where we are supposed to be.
Yeah, from like a very specific, like for like Ubisoft perspective and these games, is like you're definitely right in the sense that like they should have done like let the animus choose is like your default option, and that should have been the game, kind of like how you have default difficulty settings, you have default stealth settings. And like I get the whole like, well, don't put the option in there. Like I don't think like that's gonna happen. Like sadly enough, like I feel like I feel like this example they've done with like letting the animus choose is like, I think like that's gonna be the model moving forward. I feel like whether it's the right move or not, like I feel like they're going to do this, like here's what the writers intended, but if you really want to make the character be male the whole time, like you can do that. But I would agree that like I would prefer, like that's why I am a big advocate for the option to let the animus choose, is because like it made the story way more interesting to me. Like because like when I heard they were gonna jump around, I was like, am I just gonna like be playing as female Eivor, then all of a sudden just become male Eivor like partway through the game? That's gonna be so like off-putting.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case, and that's what I think I liked about it. It was like, okay, no, like you are female Eivor, and then you are playing as
another
Avi.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and they're like kind of sharing the same view because they're connected, you know. So
when you think about it, when you have that, and then you see the marketing, you see the cowardly, you know, like they really went for that male Eivor thing that literally does not exist in canon Valhalla.
Yeah, they did like lean heavily into it, and that's I guess like my biggest criticism with Justin says, I do feel bad for creative people, though they have handcuffs based on market research. Yes, that's like my biggest criticism. So like I've worked in the marketing industry. In fact, my job besides doing like content for here is in marketing. And I actually like the company I work for. They're very honest. But like there's a lot of like when it comes to marketing, and I don't want to criticize people like on the marketing team. I think it's like more times than not, it's like executive marketing teams. Like it doesn't matter what the product is, if it's like a game or not, like it's about like following the numbers, and they use that like as an excuse, I feel like sometimes. And like that's why people justify spamming email campaigns still. Like they'll launch and spam you with like 5 emails in a row because they're like, well, I had a 5% click-through rate and I still sold stuff, so like I don't care that I'm spamming people. And you're like, well, you're also kind of hurting your appearance. Like also like, so when you kind of do this, like, well, when we asked everyone, the other thing too is I feel like it's, when it comes to data collection for marketing, it's skewed. Like there's a lot of variables involved with that. So like when you market or promote, like the one of the things I read was, is they said, well, most players played as Alexios, and so like that's
Well, not
why.
yet.
Well, when you market Alexios more than Cassandra, they're going to pick that. So there is going to be a favoritism
I'll
leaning
bring you
towards
this how impactful and powerful marketing is. When Origins came out, and then they had one of the DLCs. What was it? The Hidden Ones.
Yeah.
They advertised that DLC with Bayek wearing a new outfit, but he was wearing one of the oldest shields in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the Magi shield. It's not an impressive shield. It doesn't have much power. It's not powerful. But people were wearing it because it was in the pictures. It was in the promotional material. I myself was wearing it because I loved how it looked in the promotional material. And I played the entire DLC with that shield on. So that's how important it is to, and of course people would choose the male if you show the male all the time.
Mm-hmm. Because they think that's the character they're bonding with more.
Exactly, because they feel like that's what they should be doing. Because they feel like that's the way the game should be played.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, and think about this too, is like this isn't like, as much as they're adding like these. Sorry, I'm looking for somewhere to take photos on the map, but I'll just show like they're moving into this skill tree like RPG area, which is fun for folks like me who like to like mess with stats and data and stuff, whatever. But like you can still have that experience without having like this, like customize a rigid character. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 does not have a gender swap like thing on it because you're playing as the main character, but yet there's still role play experiences within that limit. And so like that's been my biggest thing with Assassin's Creed is I don't think it's an RPG game. I to a degree it is, in the sense that you're role playing as like a historic character through the Animus and stuff, like in England or whatever, but you still are playing as like a very outlined and shaped character. Like there's what, like 12 script writers and narrative directors who have all shaped who Eivor is as a character to make the game interesting. And like swapping the character around to different voice actors, not only is, I think, like a lot of work, but it's also like it kind of dampens the specialness of the character Eivor, whether Eivor was meant to be female or male. But it seems like it was meant to be female to start. All right, I'm just looking around here. We can check out the snowy areas up north here. There's a big wall up here.
There's a wall.
What doesn't help is like male Eivor, the voice actor is so good, and the model's like pretty cool too. Like male Eivor, or Javi, I guess, is like a pretty badass character too.
I know, I love it. Like I genuinely love the male choice in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the way, I love his personality. I love his personality. Like I remember I was enjoying Bayek before I fell completely in love with Bayek's character, because I don't like in AC history I never really liked characters that were like whose purpose was to simply be badass. I don't like characters who are badass because they have to be badass. I like characters who have a good will, who have good intentions, who are kind, understanding, and Bayek was all that. And when I'm playing this, I'm having the same kind of getting the same vibes that I'm playing with a character that has a hype. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm
Yeah,
appreciating it.
you can definitely pick. This is so bright.
Like this guy is nothing like. It's nothing like the marketing portrayed it. At least in my gaming experience.
Yeah, like, and honestly, I really like. Part of me though, I guess if I were to give any sort of like pro to the swap thing, is like when I finished the game as like letting the animus choose, because I liked the voice actor in this character so much. Part of me was like, I'm kind of excited to go back and play the game just as like Javi, to kind of see like how I feel like it's gonna feel different, the game, from, I forget the Magnus was the voice actor for male Eivor, and then what's her, I can't pronounce her name. It's like Ali.
I say Cecile, but I don't think it's
Cecile.
French.
Yeah, I think she's
So
from
I
like
don't.
the Netherlands or something like that. Oh, we got a pretty decent shot of the hidden blade here.
It's actually very, very good. Sorry
the-
for patronizing.
No, it's okay.
You can actually do your thing here. The 1/3 thing.
My 1/3 thing.
Mm-hmm. I like this too, though. All zoomed in. The only thing that bothers me is that rock in the background. It's kind of in the way.
Yeah. Dang it.
Look at the
I'm
rock.
gonna try to recreate this again. Gonna have to do a slide.
And question that I've wrote. Why should it? Because clearly Aya was supposed to be the protagonist in Origins. And if she wasn't supposed to be, clearly she was meant to be. Because we were already told about her in AC2. So when you're told about an assassin in Egypt in a game, and then 6 games later, or whatever the number it is, when they announce a game in Egypt, you expect to see that character.
That
Bloodline with her. It just makes sense to me, lore-wise.
Yeah. And I didn't like that they like made the DLC in Odyssey, like the whole Cassandra, like being the mother of like, or the original descendant of, I don't know, it just felt a little kind of just like wing. It felt like it was a little too, oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna dedicate this one to you.
I think I'm back.
Oh, it's like, oh, did you jump out?
You were breaking.
Sorry. I said I'm gonna dedicate this photo I'm working on to you. No tint. What happens if you fog up the background? It's the first time, like, fog. So interesting, actually. Do I like this? Do I like this? I'm gonna take a photo of it just to start. Yeah, we got like brutal berserker Javi right here in the snow. Oh, there's that tower over there. That's kind of cool. You've taught me well. I feel like I'm getting way better at this.
Let me see. I kept losing the connection.
Sorry. I wish I could make the internet speedier between here and Europe. Oh no.
Ooh.
Jordan does photo mode. Yeah, that should be like the title.
You also got the same space from the trees and the hand.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to do.
Did you take this one?
I did.
It's lovely.
It's lovely. I like his face. It's just so like, and the fact that he's like on his knee. I mean, it's probably not very good idea to be like this lack of clothes in the snow, but it kind of adds to the hardcoreness of it all.
Yeah.
Guess the fog is another interesting thing. You could have like foggied it a little bit back there. The bloom does like makes this powdery, the snow underneath. I don't know. That's interesting right there. The bloom is like kind of amplifies the snow, so it softens things near. Interesting. Try this one. It's a great shot, but I feel bad for Aver. It looks too cold for him. Yeah, it's a little cold. What about underwater? Have you done any like underwater photography? By the way, you feel free to head out whenever you need to. I feel like
La condivido la connessione. Ah.
right now it's why don't you, Sebastian? Why don't you want me to be the main character, Sebastian? That's kind of funny. I kind of like this. Sorry, now I'm goofing. There's so much detail in this game, like holy shit, dude. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appear to have entirely broken the game visually. That's fine. Here we go. I'm trying to get better beams of light in the water here. I wonder if like you impact the see, his arm just doesn't look good in that move. Maybe here it's a little better. There you go. Yeah, it's a little divey looking. I don't know if I like this. I'm not feeling it. Did you finish the main story? Yes, I did. I did. I honestly pretty liked it. I'm gonna have to do like a spoiler stream soon, so we can all, and those of us who have done that, we can have like a good conversation about it. I feel like we've lost Sebastian. I feel like. I'll just check in quickly with Sebastian. I think his internet's hurting a little bit, but we'll see if he pops back in or not. If not, we'll start to slow the stream down. I can tell already y'all are fading a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to still probably go around and try to do some more photoing. Keyboard noises.
Back.
There
Jesus.
we go.
You know, Florence is an old city, and I'm right in the center. We don't really have good structures for internet where I'm at.
You know, it's okay. We've been trying to. I was trying to do underwater photography. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. What is kind of nice about Northumbria is it has this like good like half grass, half snow area. I like that tree there.
I can wait to get there.
Oh, that looks kind of sick.
I'm gonna have to trust you on your word because I'm afraid that if I open the video again from the phone, I will
okay.
be. Yeah.
I'll just describe it to you. There's a tree.
Okay.
It's set on a snowy hill, and it's got red leaves and the beams going right through it. Can you just imagine it with me for a second?
I can see
Its beauty is immense.
red leaves.
red leaves. Those are the
I can
best
wait to see-
kind.
I'm gonna post this.
Yeah, I might I'll do like a gallery, a memento gallery of.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh man. See, what do I not like about this? I don't like that other tree is there. Like, there's a bitch ass tree next to it that's ruining it. Unless I did like a big old zoomy guy in. No. We'll just include the other tree. He can be a part of it. Say it more sultry. Joey's just about the sultry voices right now.
We should do ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR photo mode videos. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Sorry, I keep on coming and leaving that.
It's okay. You're gonna want to crank that exposure up, down.
I wish I could see it. Let me check.
I wish I could see it. I'm gonna test the Parsec app and see if we can redo this someday down the road here.
Maybe
Parsec.
We can do this.
Parsec, it lets you take control of my computer from yours.
Oh.
So like you could get onto your computer and like, or even actually that probably would be better because of your internet connection. We don't want to like, or we can hook you up with like, what the hell was that? There's like it kicked up a bunch of rocks.
Hook me up.
We could try to hook you up with a better internet connection. You could start streaming, doing photo mode streams.
I always wanted to do that. I'm actually gonna make a whole setup as soon as possible, because I have a very decent computer to play games and also tool draw, but I don't have like an actual station where I can sit and do that. It's kind of here in the living room. I want to make a little setup for this, and I keep having friends in town who I hear are getting the better connection, and I'm the only one who didn't. How do you call it? How do you call the super fast connection?
Well, there's a lot of different. There's like Google fiber connections.
It's fiber. I don't have the fiber. That's
You
the thing.
don't. You do not have the fiber. What's like? So
I
if you do like an internet test, like a speed test, what do you get typically for upload and download?
I don't even remember the one last time I checked. This is very bad. It's very, very, very bad.
It's very bad.
Sometimes I cannot even watch a. Sometimes I cannot even watch Netflix because of how
Oh.
bad it is.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, very sad.
I wish we could like send you more internet juices from across the ocean here, but
Yeah, if I had a better internet, I think I would have been a streamer a long time ago already. I think the only thing holding me back is internet.
then we gotta start like making that a priority. See how we can get you more internet. Get the fiber. Joey says get the fiber.
I would like to get the fiber, but the thing is that it doesn't. It's not in the area. They didn't put the fiber in the area.
Why? Why didn't they do that?
That's what I was saying. Florence is a beautiful city, but it's an old city. And
That is true.
I
They'd
guess
have to like.
some parts of the city don't have the right structures for that.
I mean, they'd have to like tear up the ground a little bit, probably. Which like you probably don't want to tear up too much of Florence's cobblestone walkway.
Yeah,
right?
you don't.
Do they
I'm gonna have to
replace
check
those?
it.
Like, how much of the floor at Florence is, or like the walking areas,
Oh,
is
not
like-
not as much as you think.
is the original floor versus like has been replaced?
We have asphalt. We have a lot of that all over the city, so it's
Asphalt. Okay.
yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream. Not end it. I'm going to show off some photos. Okay. We've got photo mode open here, and we're gonna look at my photos, and then I'll send you links so you don't have to look at the stream.
On the stream.
How's
That's
that?
so thoughtful. Thank you.
All right, so let's get to my photo mode. All right, we're looking at my friends list. This is dangerous. Maybe I should do this off screen first.
I'm really excited about this.
How do I?
No, I really am. I can't wait to see your photos.
All right, let's see it. I'll show you some of the ones I took before your advice, and then we'll see what people think about.
How do you feel? Do you think you've learned something? Do you feel
Yes,
like
the
more
background spacing has been. All right, here we go. We got it. The background spacing is like the biggest one that I feel I didn't give enough respect to.
Mhm.
So this is the tree I was taking a picture of. I don't know if that link works for you.
Can I open it?
Pretty good. Does it work?
It's loading.
All right.
I'm seeing stars in night sky, but I think that's just the background of the website.
I did not take a. They're 100% the quality of my photos. You can see like a distinct jump from like when you started giving me advice to like when I was doing it by myself.
Well, that's flattering. I'm glad I could help out.
Although this one is pretty badass. This one here too, of the trees that I took way.
I don't know
before.
if it's my connection. I don't think it is, because otherwise we wouldn't be talking.
Here's
It's
what
not
I'll
loading.
do. I'll just download them, and then I'll just actually send them to you in Discord
Thank you.
physically.
No patient. Thank you.
Oh, you're okay. So that's the one I took before I met you. That's like my favorite one I took before we did this.
Okay.
It's like a steamy, cursed area.
Mm-hmm.
I tried taking... This was really tough. I tried taking this photo of Basim and Eivor on a boat together, but I couldn't... It didn't come out the way I wanted to. You don't like Basim?
I'm at a point in the game right now where I don't really like him at all.
Interesting.
He's
We're
more like...
entering
He looks
spoiler
more like Rasputin than anything else. Like a bad advisor.
A bad...
He's shady as fuck.
Do you think he's a... Do you think... What do you think? Do you think he's a real assassin, or do you think he's like tricking people?
I don't feel like... Okay, there's something that made me think a lot. So I just met a girl called Fulke, or something like that.
Yeah.
He was adamant. Basim was very determined that we'd free this person. And then this person turned out to be, spoiler alert, part of the Order.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, is this accidental? I mean, he's always so informed about everyone, and all of a sudden he doesn't know that this person, he's a member of the Order he's supposedly chasing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm
That
not
makes
sure.
sense.
I'm not sure that Basim is an assassin. I'm on the fence. Part of me thinks that maybe there might be a plot twist in the near future in which we discover that he actually is part of the Order of the Ancients. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I
theory.
would definitely tell you to, continue down the storyline. You'll definitely get some answers. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying that there's, I don't know, some clarifications on things.
Okay.
Did you like the picture I just sent you of the guy resting on the axe after I killed him?
Yeah, just looking at it.
He's just kind of... Have you noticed that some of those enemies, you finish them off, they just like rest on the dead weapons like that?
Yeah, I like that, especially with the pole.
Yeah. So here is my attempt at like a good Eivor photo. I'll download it, send it to you again. Get your take on it. This was again pre-Memento Gallery photo. I just like the beam,
Yeah, I can see it.
I
can see the European beams.
It's just maybe I've got a little J.J. Abrams in me, but like the
No.
the sun
I like
rays. There's just a lot of lens flaring going on. I tried to take this one of like the countryside in Gloucestershire. This
Like this one of Eivor would have made a perfect vertical shot because you have a lot of space in the side that it's not.
When you say
doing
vertical
anything.
shot, do you mean like zoom out, or do you mean like literally rotate it in the entire camera?
Rotate it all the way.
That's the other takeaway. Use rotation more and pay attention to your background.
Negative space.
In negative space.
And center everything. Like, if you're putting something into a negative space, you have to center it within the negative space. The shot is pretty. I think you can already see what's bothering me here.
It's too dark, and the tree on the far left and the top right.
Yeah, the tree on the far left.
It's just a little too
I'm
cropped.
like, why? Why not? Why is the tree not in the shot? Or why isn't like out? Why is it like that? That's what I don't understand. Like it's so natural to me. I don't understand how people don't want that tree out of the way the same way I do.
I think it's because people don't pay enough attention to the edges, and I think that's it's the little things I feel like that do impact like a photo's quality a little bit. Because like when I was taking this photo, I was on that road just going to an objective or something, and I saw like the way the green hills looked and the fort up on the top of that hill and then the red tree, and I was like, and so I think I get it's tunnel vision a little bit where you're thinking too much about the fort and the red tree, and then you forget that you're kind of to look at the edges, you know.
I think the quality of the photo is also most importantly determined by how much time people think you dedicated to it. And when you do things like taking the tree out of the shot and centering things within the negative space, centering the subjects with the borders, the first impression that you have when watching a picture like that is that there was thought that went into it, and that's what makes picture a quality picture. When I see a tree, when I see a picture like this that has that tree over there, my first impression is that not enough thought went into the shot.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair criticism.
That's
I'll
weird.
definitely put more. So this is a picture I took while you were cutting out, and the caption is, "Why don't you want me to be this main character, Sebastian?"
Well, I would love to if you were treated fairly. He could have been the only main protagonist of Valhalla for me. I'm not opposing to that.
Oh, here's a Sunin photo I took that I liked early on. It's kind of hard to mess this one up, I feel like, but it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of like, hey, it's a bird in the air, you know? It's a pretty basic photo. I feel like a lot of people take that photo.
It is. It could have been a little bit more aligned horizontally. The wings with the, with the frames or with the horizon.
Makes sense. This is what I thought was my best photo I ever took. And I think it's the one I posted to Twitter. The fox one.
I saw this.
Where did I go wrong?
You didn't do anything wrong here.
I didn't do anything.
Everything. Because
even
you
with
have
like the foot being cut off, like the more I'm thinking about it, should I have zoomed out and included the whole fox feet?
No. That's perfect the way it is. And you even just I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you put the face in the negative space of the background.
I didn't. But that's like a natural. You're right.
See,
it is right there. Oh, I'm so good.
Yeah, you are.
You're right. I didn't even have that thought, to be honest with you. But now that you're pointing it out, that's like a good. Here's a wide angle one here. I don't know if you see it or if I'm still sending them to you in Discord.
Okay.
The trees two cut off on the right, top right.
That a little bit. Like there's a lot of room on the bottom that we could cut out, giving more space to the tree. And also, what else? What else is it that I don't like here? Is that Eivor is aligned with the tree, taking the space of the tree. I would have put Eivor in the negative space there between the trees.
Yeah.
To make it stand out more. Because this way, when you look from afar, it looks like there's a tree with legs, riding a wolf.
It is like a tree is riding a wolf. That's so funny. That's totally true. This one, I was trying to do like a misty Eivor, not a misty Eivor, but like a Tomb Raider Eivor with like the torch as the light. But the torch is
I think
too
I took
blurry,
a
I feel like.
Bayek. What about the torch?
It's too blurry. Or no?
Yeah, that's. I think that's like. I think that's more of a glitch than anything else. When you blur things in the background, if there's light effects like such as fire, it
Mm-hmm.
will blur out as well. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that, but for some reason the game counts the lighting effects such as these as part of the background.
Oh, I did take better photos with the tree being cut out. Why didn't I show this one? I'm so silly. I zoomed out and got a better one. Here. Now you can't criticize me.
Mm.
Is that better? The
Yes,
trees.
but okay. So let's see what we got here.
Okay.
We have three pointy things that stand out
Yeah.
in that horizon.
Kind of four,
And
actually.
they,
Because you got the mountains over to the right, or no?
but there's three that are perfectly distant from each other, and they have the same space from each other. The one on the right, the one on the left, and the one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
This picture could have been perfect if the three of them were counted as one subject, meaning you have the same space from the tree on the right, on the left, and the same space from the mountain on the right.
I could crop
Am I
it.
making sense?
Yeah.
You can crop. This shot is a.
I need to find that location again. Maybe try to recreate it. Although it's the time of day, too, and the lighting at the time. Are you there, Sebastian? I feel like he dipped out. All right, well, folks, I think I will start to slow this down here. I know we're all kind of... hopefully you all had fun with this. I don't want to make Sebastian keep trying to, like, make sure his internet's secure. Plus, it's probably much later over there for him. But,
It's actually dinner time, yeah.
yeah. I want to give you some time. I feel like I stole you for so long. I'll just send this last one, and you tell me what's wrong about it, and then we'll go tell everyone to go to your Twitter and look at much better photos. Let's see here. Let me pull up his Twitter here. Memento. Yeah, look at this, man. Look at his background. Like, so much better photos. Oh, I see what you mean, the vertical one here. Okay, with the fox in the front, following it. Come on, man. The fox is following. Oh my gosh. How did you get the fox to follow you for so long? No way.
What way?
I'm looking at your photos.
What photos?
How did you do this one? That's insane, man.
Oh. Oh. Well, I took these in the same spot where we were at the beginning of the
I
stream.
know, this is so way better. That's insane.
Oh, shut up. You just didn't try to get a vertical shot.
That's so
1,000
cool, though.
likes? Oh. Because people do like this.
Yeah, it's a great photograph, man. And then you got
That's my current wallpaper. Thank you.
And then this misty one here.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have two more that I'm gonna post. I can show them to you. They're similar to a shot that I already took of male labor.
You're right.
But I never.
You do a lot of vertical stuff. Yeah, I guess for like Instagram that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you literally, when you do like vertical photographs, you're literally just like scrolling the rotate camera thing all the way to the side to do it. See, that's what I need to. That's the biggest thing I forgot. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You took that. That was not done in Photoshop. That was just a photo you took in the game.
That's a photo I took in the game. God. And then I just used the camera roll settings to adjust it. But there's no localized editing. Like I didn't highlight anything in the shot with any kind of manipulation. All just settings such as contrast.
Can I briefly show it to the 20 people who are still here?
Yeah. It's exclusive first look because I haven't posted it yet. Go for it.
The arm right here, I promise I won't steal your work and publish it as my own, I promise. People would catch on pretty quickly. The lighting on the forearm's insane though.
Yeah.
Is that the candle doing that? Or is that a torch?
It is. There is a torch. I remember there was a torch too on the ground, but I don't know if it's once the candle is out, once the candle is on, if it counts. It could be either.
Wow. That's pretty badass, man. Well, I'll let you
Thanks,
get
buddy.
to some dinner, and I think I'm gonna post some of the photos we took here, in a little collage, and hopefully.
Please do so, and if you want, I would like you to share all the pictures you took with me, so I can make a post on Memento Gallery and do some promotion for you.
Oh, well, that's kind. I would love for it to also be like a teaching experience for other folks. I don't want this to just be, it promotes stuff, but more like, I don't know. I wanted to learn more about, because I'm not trying to like brown nose you, but like whenever I would scroll through my Twitter feed and I'd see your new photo, I'm like, how the fuck does he do that? Like, God, fuck. So it is, I guess, a little selfish where I'm like, I want to be good at taking photos too. But like, I've learned a lot from you today, so I really appreciate you very much, friend.
Thank you. It means a ton. It does.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go then. We can give your internet a break, and then I'll post this stuff, and we can people will have access to this VOD if they want to go back and watch and hear your advice and us talk about random things. And then we should do this again, but we'll try to like get you either a beefy internet scenario or try to see if you can like take over my camera, or we could just try to get you better internet. You just become a streamer, a Photomode streamer. You could be one of the first.
Do that. One of the first Photomode streamers.
Is there a Photomode stream? Is that a popular category? I don't even know.
Let's make it.
Yeah. Let's get it going. All right, Fred. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. You have a good evening, and thank you again for having me. That was really fun.
No problem, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, buddy.
See ya. Wow. Thanks so much, Sebastian. Again, everybody. Thanks all of you who have stuck through on the stream this whole time. I know like a lot of you are excited maybe those of you who have stuck around are more excited about photo mode, but I know several people have reached out to me about like my combat videos and things. I'm working on those. The one thing about Valhalla is it's a little, the combat system's a little confusing. So it takes a little bit of work to figure out how it all functions. So I really want to know what I'm talking about before I just go and tell you guys to do stuff. So I got some tits Mageddon says I got some ideas from this, was really heavily invested in virtual photography, but had way too high standards for myself. No problem, man. Like, I totally get, like, honestly, the fact that we've reached this point in video games where we can take just such hyper realistic photos is so insane. It just really is insane. Oh, see, here I go again. I can't stop now. See what he says about this one. Alright, we'll take that photo. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around on the stream. I really appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And I'll check you guys all out. Next Friday, I'll be streaming again. We'll see what we do with that one. I don't know yet. But thanks again so much, guys. Appreciate it. I'm delaying my end so much because I'm having such a blast. Still here doing technical stuff.